Welcome, welcome. My name's Akilah and I am the candle maker behind Sunsum Intention Candles. If you haven't figured it out already, there's definitely a deeper meaning behind Sunsum Intention Candles, even this symbol, which is inspired the design on the candles. So, Sunsum is actually a con word for spirit, or the human spirit. And the Akan and Ashanti people of Ghana crafted all of these symbols. And actually, symbols is not even the correct word. The correct word is that these are actually ideograms or pictograms. Some of them are more pictograms, but most of them, especially the ones I selected for the brand, are ideograms. So you're probably like, ideograms, what is that? Aha! Sunsum represents the power of the spirit of all things. It's an Adinkra symbol from the Akan and Ashanti people of Ghana. And, you know, in that culture, they actually believe that there's a difference between the soul and the spirit. And, you know, because their culture is not a Western culture like it is here in America, a lot of their beliefs are slightly different about what the spirit is and what that represents versus the soul and what that represents, and even that relationship between the body. And so I really wanted people to be just as curious and start exploring some of these concepts and to see if maybe this resonates with them, because I know it's resonated with me a lot in my own beliefs. I wanted to talk today with you about what these candles mean and why we're here. Why am I making candles? I mean, aren't there enough candles out here? Well, yes, but not enough candles like these. With the candle brand, one thing that I'm really trying to do is giving us a new aesthetic vision for wellness, right? You know, right now we focus a lot in America on like yoga and meditation, and that's great. Those are great practices. But, you know, they tend to focus on one particular set of values and cultures and beliefs and symbols, right, that are related or based in a place far, far away from America, right? And America is a land of equal opportunity and a lot of mixing, right? And we are infused with so many different cultures, so many different influences, and that's wonderful. But you know what we forgot? We forgot about all the other cultures. No. You know what we forgot? We forgot that while we spend a lot of time mass producing and packaging wellness products, that there are other cultures that are underrepresented that also have something to add in the same space about self-care and wellness, right? So, for instance, in Africa, there's several different, I'm sure you guys are probably aware, tribes, languages, ideograms, beliefs, cultures, practices that could really help those that connect and identify with those meanings and symbols and practices, you know, be more mindful and practice more self-care. But, you know, when you look around store to store, Amazon, Walmart, when you look around Target, CVS, Walmart, how come you never see aesthetics that have more of an African based culture or reference or frame of vision, as they would say, an aesthetic vision. And so for me, I'm designing these candles to kind of help enter a space where there's not a lot of representation here, and you don't really get to see some of the other ideograms that relate to wellness and self-care. And so this is the Tree of Life, and the reason why I have it on my apron, and you'll see it more on a lot of materials about the brand, even on the site, which will be coming soon, is each spherot, which are these little circles, or spheres actually, on the Tree of Life will represent not only a different position, but a different adinkra, and it'll have an affirmation related to that position and the adinkra itself. So you'll notice, and I'll show you on the bigger candles, easier to see on camera, but you'll notice that each candle has a position number, position 0 for the first one, right? And then it's the Western kind of like reference name for what it means in that position. So you'll notice that the Sunsum, which refers to, you know, the inspiration for the adinkra, right, that I put on here. And then the position, this is position number 0, right? And then you've got soul, kind of describing kind of like the position and where you're at, as well as what this means. When you start with the first candle, which smells like pineapple, sage, and white tea. A very interesting combination, right? When you blend it together with the right proportions, it is heavenly. This is a really good universal scent. Like, doesn't matter what gender or whatever you are. This is just an overall feel good, warm, welcoming, clarifying scent for your space. So when you're going up the Tree of Life and you're covering the different areas and you're focusing, you can say that you are spending time setting intentions, paying attention, and adjusting your attitude inside, and also adjusting the things around you for what they refer to as self-mastery, right? It's a personal development thing. So for me, candles are more, like I said, than just an accessory for the home, right? They're much more than that. And when you apply a systemic process, a systemic thinking, candles are much more than just a decoration for the home, right? And when you start applying a philosophy or system to the candles, and you have your intentions or affirmations that you can repeat to yourself often. This one for the first candle is, I am here, right? When you start doing that, it takes on a whole nother meaning. I told y'all there's levels to this, okay? There's levels to these candles, boo, I'm trying to tell you. So yes, on the surface, beautiful jars, excellent decoration or gift, you know, wonderful scent. Have it backwards. Wonderful scent. But when you start really paying attention to what's going on the candle, you'll start to reveal deeper meaning. So the more you look and study these candles, the deeper you'll go. And you're gonna go as deep as you wanna go, as deep as your curiosity will. I try to work with, as a brand, I definitely believe in contemplative practices, mindfulness, and I kind of believe that mindfulness is not just an individualized experience, right? You know, we talked about a collective experience, a shared experience. Well, even when you run a business, you should be mindful, right? You should take on some sense of responsibility for what you're putting out, what you're consuming, and what you're wasting. So I am working to find more suppliers that also have the same beliefs and are using contemplative practices. And so even if you get some samples from me, you get like this compostable mailer. Isn't this cool? I don't know if you've ever heard of this company, but they're called Waste Basted. Now this is in Europe. There's a couple other brands, and so as I use this up, I'll just be going around trying different suppliers to support other small businesses as well. But you'll notice all the markings and stuff on it. So what this means, as a compostable mailing bag that you can mail for e-commerce, right? Obviously none of the glass goes in here. These are my sample candles, which come in like little tins. You can boil water and dip this bag in it, and it starts dissolving. How cool is that? Talk about not making a lot of waste. I was impressed by that. And believe it or not, this wasn't expensive. These compostable mailers, I got a bundle of 100 of them, 20 bucks. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost a lot to be mindful of our environment and be conscious of our waste and how we use things. You know, I think a lot of times we think, oh man, recycling is so expensive, or being mindful is so expensive, or having organic, all natural, high quality products is so expensive. It really doesn't have to be. You just got to know where to go and where to look. So, yes, these can be also dissolved in salt water as well. So if for whatever reason it's not disposed of properly and it ends up in a landfill or eventually the ocean, because that's what happens, you know, as this sits in salt water, it dissolves. So I try to use products like this, even the boxes. The suppliers, vendors, makers, whatever you want to call it, of a lot of my packaging boxes also use eco-friendly inks, dyes, recycled cardboard. So even though they have a design on them and they're colored, like I think people think, you know, in order to be eco-friendly, it has to be boring and brown. Not necessarily. You know, there's algae-based inks and other non-toxic inks that you can put on your packaging that are still conscious, but, you know, give you a little flavor. You don't have to lose your flavor in your design. You know, I like color. I like life. I like vibrance. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the plain old craft brown boxes, but I just feel like I just like things that are colorful and fun and full of life. So if I can find a supplier, which I have, why not? I mean, what would you choose? Plain brown box or something a little bit more fun and jazzy? I'm just saying. So that's a lot about the brand. So the brand plants a tree. And the brand not only supports other organizations that are part of the One Tree Planted movement or organization. It's a nonprofit, and they replant trees all throughout the world. They definitely have a strong support base here in America, but they also do it internationally. So as being part of the One Tree Planet organization, not only do I support other suppliers and that are part of it, but they also pick where they want their trees planted. Like one supplier is Fantasy Box, and they choose to support a lot of the tree planting and reforestation that happens here in America, particularly California. But then as a brand myself, I am actually also registered, and when you purchase a candle from me, part of that money actually goes to replanting trees in Ghana. Beautiful. Remember, we're all interconnected. So when you invest and you spend a little bit of time with my brand, and you're giving back not just to small Black businesses like myself, but also to a much more global community, right? Because every purchase, a portion of that goes to other organizations that are being conscious and mindful, and supporting other organizations that are actually helping rebuild and grow our communities and making them stronger all over the world. You know, I'm actually even thinking about offering, and actually no, I just decided just now, if you're interested in making an active contribution to any of the campaigns that I'm participating in behind the scenes, I'm going to make sure that I make that available on the website as well. So you can just give directly to the campaign. So it's almost like double the contribution, right? Because not only is the actual purchase, part of it is going to supporting other organizations and all that are into sustainable and contemplative practices, but then you can actually just give directly to that organization itself. So it's a win-win for everybody. Why not, right? I mean, think about it. Some people, spend money on things that have no social impact at all. Well, when you support my brand, you are being part of a global community and making a social impact on the world. So I just wanted to mention that because I don't get an opportunity to mention it a lot. Like I said, there's levels to these candles, honey. There's so many levels. I put a lot of thought into this. I actually almost feel like developing the brand it's actually just a product of my life's work. Like, I do a lot of things. Candles isn't my only thing. But I will say that, interesting enough, it is a nice token or physically manifested item to kind of sum up everything in my journey in life so far. And this product is very high quality. Like I said, cosmetic-grade ingredients, natural wax, natural wick, and unique design, and it's something you're not going to find everywhere. It is a little bit more on the higher end as far as price point, but it's definitely worth it, like I said, because of all the high quality ingredients. And unfortunately, as a small business, I don't have Amazon money. I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? I can't buy in bulk like I would like to. I mean, I can buy in bulk, but not like, I can't buy like 10,000 units of whatever. First of all, where am I gonna put it? In this studio apartment? I don't know, in this loft? No way. But even as the brand begins to build and grow, I'm still always going to be mindful of who I'm supporting, what they're working with, and try to branch out and reach as many organizations as possible and get them involved in the product. Even offering workshops and things in the community where people can start developing a skill and maybe even be little young entrepreneurs themselves or old entrepreneurs, whatever. So there's a lot happening, and like I said, I'm all about making a social impact globally, but I'm also about making an impact personally and individually. So to me, that's what these candles represent. It's about a personal connection and also a global connection. And it becomes a way to bridge the gap between who you are, what you believe in, what you like, what you're about, and the rest of the world and the global community. So that's it. That's all I have to say for now about the brand. And if you're interested, like I said, a website will be coming soon, but you can email me directly at support@sunsumintention.com. You can also follow me on Instagram as well as Facebook, and it's Sunsum Intention. There is a YouTube page also for all videos, including this one. And I'm on several different marketplaces. Right now, the products are being sold wholesale because my goal, like I said, we're all connected to all things, is to try to get these products in boutiques and small stores, subscription boxes. I want these candle products to be more than just a one-to-one relationship. I want you can buy candles from me directly. Just reach out to me. You can even give me a call. The phone number is 844-913-7028. I'm gonna answer. If I don't answer, just leave me a message. But you can buy candles directly from me, but really I want to make sure that these high quality candle products and what they represent and what they mean reach a global market, right? So I could definitely use your help in helping spreading the word about them, getting these in stores, getting them in boutiques, subscription boxes, you name it, you have it. When you purchase Sunsum candles from me, whether you're buying in wholesale or direct, one thing you can be assured of is that you are making a difference just by supporting the brand and by spreading the word and reselling the candles in your own stores or in your boxes or gifts or however you're distributing, marketplaces, trade shows, farmers markets, wherever you choose to set the tone for your audience. You know, you're introducing people not only into a high quality candle that just so happens to be a great reusable item for a gift or just practical things in your home, but you're also you're making a social impact. You're supporting a brand that believes in contemplative practices and works with other small business and suppliers that do as well. But more importantly, you're also supporting a brand that believes in reframing our aesthetic vision for wellness and mindfulness, in introducing a set of ideograms that are not normally seen when you think about wellness and mindfulness. You don't normally see symbols or ideograms, from in America anyway, that are African. And I wanted to draw that connection between the different cultures and show how we're all the same, because we're all interconnected. And I wanted people to start, thinking about themselves and where they currently are in this present moment with these intention candles, and how can these candles make a difference in your life? How can you make a difference in your life? Because at the end of the day, when you think about intentional living and you think about what these candles mean, and just there's so many different layers and the impact of supporting a brand like Sunsum Intention Candles, what you're really saying is, what can I do right now to make a difference for me? So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing. I'll try to make more videos, and I got a couple lined up, but just trying to get them all edited and things like that is taking time, but it's going to get done when it gets done, right? And hopefully it'll be right on time for the right people at the moment that they watch them. So again, my name is Akilah. I've been so delighted to share with you all of the different layers and levels behind the Sunsum brand. And hopefully I'll have my website up soon, which will have a lot more resources and videos and research that you can get started with on your journey personally. And then hopefully, you'll be able to share what you've learned and share the connection and how you can make a difference socially and globally. Okay, so thank you, and I will see you again soon.